So, Mr. Mukhi, as a cyber security expert, what has been the most challenging job for you?
I think what's happening between us.
You mean this interview?
Yes, this interview.
Is that sarcasm?
I don't know. That's for you to figure out.
Let me ask you, since we had a very rather comfortable start. In today's age of selfies and WhatsApps and chit chats and hi's and hellos and hee-hees, how safe is it? Like, is it possible for anyone to spy on me through my computer, laptop, webcam while I'm watching, say, my favorite film like Jani Dushman?
Well, if you see, I have two computers that I use. I'm a cyber security expert. Both my computers have not one but multiple viruses. I don't have a single computer in the world that is not virused. Now, if I'm sitting down and doing something on my computer, I'm sure millions of people all over the world, very easy for them to find out what I'm doing. Because every laptop, every computer has a web camera. So all the audio and video which is around me can be recorded for infinity.
So you are saying that if I'm doing something private on my laptop, and it's possible for anybody to figure out what I'm doing in
No,
this age?
I wouldn't use the word possible. I'm saying it is happening now. And with the mobile phone, it's even worse because we take our mobile phones to the bathroom, and if there's a virus on the mobile phone, well, people can see me. They won't want to see me having a bath, but obviously they like to see other people having a bath.
Shit, that is so scary.
It's happening now as we're talking.
When you talk about millennials, they are comfortable, a lot more comfortable with sharing their passwords, sharing their Facebook passwords, sharing their email passwords, and a lot of exchange happens. How safe do you think this practice is in today's millennials?
Well, you see, the first thing is that before going to password, you'll rarely see a picture of mine online because it will be misused. So for example, you want an Aadhaar card. Just search the net for Vijay Mukhi, take my picture and put it on a PAN card, put an Aadhaar card, and you become me. So this is how identity theft starts. So the first thing I would tell people is not to put pictures online. The second problem is that for young girls especially, who don't want to be stalked, they go for a party, they throw a housewarming party, they put pictures on Facebook. What they forget is that every picture has the latitude and longitude, that is the position of where you were when that picture was taken. That information can be extracted very easily, and this is how young people get stalked. So my advice is, please use Facebook, but think not twice but 10 times before you post something. Unfortunately, if you go to Facebook, people themselves say they're at the airport, they're here, they're there. So very easy to stalk them.
I see. Since you claim to be a cybersecurity expert and somehow believe...
You're right. The word is claim.
Yeah.
I think we all claim to be cybersecurity experts, but we also get hacked. So, it's embarrassing for you to keep saying I'm a cybersecurity expert because I've been hacked multiple number of times. So I don't know whether that yet qualifies me to be a cybersecurity expert.
So quote unquote claim cybersecurity expert. So Mr. Cybersecurity Expert, in today's age, let me take an example. Suppose I click a photo and I send a private photo to my girlfriend on WhatsApp. Is it possible for somebody to get that photo, access that photo without our knowledge?
Well, look at it this way. When I'm in my office and I send a photo, let's say, to my girlfriend, okay, that's not the right example. My wife may be watching. My wife may be watching. Okay. That's why. It first goes to Hathway, which is my internet service provider. From there, it goes to somewhere else. It goes somewhere else. If I'm working, let's say, for Hindustan Lever, then it goes to the Hindustan Lever servers. So it doesn't reach WhatsApp. It goes through multiple points. So if any of those machines are compromised, then what they can do is they can change the picture. So I don't have a beard, I can suddenly have a beard. I look old, I could be made to look very young.
That thought scares me when I talk about private photos.
Yes. But that's why you've got to be extra careful.
Now, I have some surveys which, as usual, I fail to understand.
Okay.
But there's a survey by Semantic which said that millennials today are very comfortable in answering random surveys. Some survey pops up like in an hour you can earn 50,000. They install apps which they don't understand completely. They give access to files, certain pop-up files which take the permission and they give access to it. So these kind of things are happening a lot. What will be your advice to millennials?
Well, I would say let's forget millennials for the moment. Let's take the chairman of one of India's largest companies. He got an email from a very well-known foreign publication saying, "Sir, I interviewed the last time. These are fresh interview questions. Click on this email." That happened to be a virus, and his machine got virused.
Oh, can you name that guy?
Well, too big to name. And so most cybercrime cases, unfortunately, we have a confidentiality clause. But the point here is that whenever anyone sends you an email and asks you to click on it, then there's a 101% chance, not 100%, but 101% chance that there is a virus and your machine will get virus. So please don't click on any link. And if a bank sends you a link like that, find another bank to deal with.
I know of many people who watch porn on their laptops and on their phones as well. Through the same laptop or through the same server, they make payments to their debit cards and credit cards, and they enter the ATM pins and one-time password. What is the probability? And they also download series like the kind of things we watch these days. We watch a lot of series online. We watch a lot of movies online. So everything is done through one server, through one OS, and through one browser. What is the probability of me getting viewed and reviewed and my information getting out and my private details getting out?
I know that 100% is the maximum probability you can ever have, but here I would say 10,000%, because most of the time when you see a pirated movie online, you also get a virus free along with that movie. So for example, if you go to a coffee shop and use their Wi-Fi, I won't advise you to use it, because maybe that coffee shop is okay, but the person who's handling the computers of that coffee shop, that guy may steal your username, password. So if you are in a coffee shop and you're making a banking transaction, very, very bad idea, because the next day you'll realize that there is no money in your bank account at all. So if you want to watch porn, by the way, in India it's legal to watch porn. The police can do nothing about it.
Yeah, we're so happy about that.
Yeah, but so if you want to watch porn and if you want to do things like click on links and all of that, then have two computers. One you have for watching pirated movie, porn and everything. One you do all your legal stuff on.
So essentially what you're saying is that porn is something to be accessed only by the rich who can afford two computers.
Yes. Well, otherwise you will lose your life savings. Now you decide what's more important.
Okay. So, is it possible for Google and Facebook today, in today's day and age, to change the fate of elections, to change the fate of what we do? I mean, to change everything basically.
Okay, let's not be theoretical. About 1 month ago, I went to a hotel in Mahabaleshwar. I booked my tickets. They sent me a confirmation email. I used Gmail, so obviously Google read that email and realized that Vijay Mukhi is going to Mahabaleshwar, is staying in an expensive hotel. Believe me, from then on, all the ads I've seen, whether Facebook or on Google, they've all been to me going to Mahabaleshwar. And if 3 months later I'm going to Thailand for a holiday, I'm sure what? Google will know, so they'll keep sending me stuff about Thailand.
So what essentially you're saying is that most of it, does Google know where I am right now?
Well, if you've done something foolish, yes. Like, for example, if you have an Android phone and your GPS is on, I'm sure Google knows that you're sitting in my office. Okay, let me tell you why I'm a straight chap. I have an iPhone. My wife has an iPhone. iPhone has Find a Friend, so I can track her, she can track me. So if I go to places where I don't want to track me, I leave my phone behind. So that's how everybody knows, everybody means Apple knows where I am at this point in time.
And they can even scan my emails and know what I'm doing, whom I'm sending a mail to.
No, they are, because Google...
They are
because Apple and Google's business model is that the ads they show you is depending upon who you are. So to give you another example, if I've joined a mailing list of dogs as pets, I'll keep receiving what? Ads on dog food. So Google has made money because they tailor the ads to you. So you'll get one sort of ads because you see a lot of porn. I don't, I'll get another set of ads. Okay, so what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, and this is not a sweeping statement, Google, Facebook, Twitter know more about what I do every day than what my wife does. I can lie to my wife, but I can't lie to Google. It's that scary.
So, since you are a claimed cybersecurity expert, what can we do about this situation and how can we stay?
Well, a lot of people have tried this. They've run into the hills. They don't keep mobile phones. But if you want to live in the world, then you don't have a choice.
You're saying we don't have a choice. We are compelled to jump in the well because there's no other option.
Well, I would rather say better change yourself and don't do things which break the law of the land. So I would say privacy in today's digital age doesn't exist.
Privacy doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. And so that's why people like me are not bothered. They just say, great, my life is an open book. But if you're having affairs with 3 women at the same time, then God help you.
Okay, let's move on. Let me ask you something about deep web, darknet. Now, deep web has been in the news for quite some time. And firstly, tell our audience, people who watch us, what is deep web and how is it affecting the world scenario today?
Let me give you a practical example. I do a lot of research on cybersecurity. So I said, let me clone my own credit card, debit cards. Okay. So I went to the normal popular websites, and they all give you a credit card reader which can read a credit card, but not one that can write. Okay. So the legal websites don't sell this stuff. So if you go to the dark web or the deep web, you can buy anything and everything that is sold in the world without asking any questions. So if I wanted to buy a credit card cloning machine, Flipkart, Amazon will not sell it, but you can buy it off the deep web. You want to buy drugs, any type of drugs, right? The deep web will have it. You can't get sleep at night. The doctor says, I won't prescribe sleeping tablets. You can tell him to go take a hike, go to the deep web, and you'll get whatever prescription medicine you want. So what is illegal in most parts of the world, it's legal on the deep web.
Because it's anonymous as well.
Well, it's anonymous. The Indian government doesn't know it exists. The US government will know 2-3 years later, like Silk Road, one of the deepest webs. It took a couple of years for the US government also to shut it down, because even they didn't know where it was. Okay, so this is the problem with the dark web, because it's there. You just have to search. You need to know friends who can find it for you. A Google search will not help. So there are search engines only for the dark web. And you can buy anything and everything you want, and they'll deliver at your doorstep.
So you mentioned all the illegal things which happened on deep web. Is there something legal as well? Because there was this TED talk recently by one of the people who made this documentary on deep web. They mentioned that deep web was actually an abode for people who wanted to escape government surveillance and wanted to carve out their own privacy, which is not possible in the internet today.
See, the biggest advantage, the biggest plus point of the deep web is that you're actually telling the government, go eat coke. You're telling the government, you can't control my life. If I want to buy something and you have said I shouldn't buy it, I can buy it from somewhere else. The problem that is that a lot of things, like child pornography, the world will agree is illegal. But it's available on the dark web. So, like everything else, you have to draw a line somewhere, even though it's a line drawn in the sand. So a lot of people support the deep web, not because of the bad that happens, but because you are telling Big Brother, that's the government of the day, you don't run my life, I will run my life, I decide, you don't.
Let me go back to corporates once again. Like most of these startups, young startups, they host their servers on Amazon because it's free for quite some time, and so does on Google. Now, if there is an incident where Amazon gets hacked, which is quite likely possible in today's day and age, do you think these startups will also get affected?
Well, you see, most hackers would prefer attacking the Amazon cloud, the Google cloud, the Microsoft cloud, because if you gain entry, you're not getting entry to one server, but you're getting entry to 10 million.
Exactly.
So you own all of them.
You own all of them.
All of them. So for example, if I want to blackmail Amazon, if I can do what is called a denial of service, that means I stop access to the Amazon servers, Amazon will have to pay me hafta. They don't have a choice. So the plus side is that because Amazon knows that one incident like this will shut them down, they hire the best hackers in the world. But the problem is a hacker needs only one opportunity to get into Amazon and Amazon's down. So my advice to people is have a backup on somebody else's cloud. See, you can't put your own server because it's expensive. So I'm saying you put your server on Amazon, but have a backup on the Microsoft cloud on the assumption that no hacker will break into both. But the cloud has its advantages, but its biggest disadvantage is that you got the world's worst hackers attacking you. So you make sure that, pray every day that Amazon's got its security right. Now the problem with Amazon is most of the software that you use is Windows, Linux. So if there's a problem with Windows, then it's not Amazon's fault, but yet Amazon will get the brunt of it.
Okay, one last question on individual.
Yeah.
We have a lot of mobile wallets these days.
Yeah.
Paytms, Freecharge. Of course, they're a convenience. But is there a flip side in making payments online and using mobile wallets? Because as you said, it's not the wallet per se which is wrong or does something wrong, but it's the vulnerability of the devices which are prone to attacks and cyber attacks. So is there any flip side?
Okay, one mistake, and I did, this isn't a mistake, I only do it in my office. I always carry my phone with me. Just now it's in the other room. Why? Because I went to Uber. Uber allowed me to create a Paytm account. So I didn't go to Paytm to create a Paytm. I went through Uber. I put money through my credit card. Now whenever I make a payment from Paytm, it doesn't ask for a password. It asks for nothing. I can just send the money to any phone number that I want. So my first problem with Paytm is if I lose my phone or I go to the bathroom and I leave the phone behind with some friends, they go transfer all my Paytm money to any account and I would not know. The second point is that Paytm is doing no KYC on me. They're saying, okay, you have this mobile phone, so that's the KYC. Now, what if I clone your mobile phone, clone your SIM card, and then all your Paytm money in your mobile phone number is mine?
And this cloning might happen through deep web.
Well, you can buy a cloning machine off the deep web.
And do you think it can happen very soon again?
No, it is happening. This time because of the huge number. See, what we have to understand is that none of these cyber criminals have been arrested. So obviously they and the other cyber criminals are saying, hey, in India, you don't get arrested, you don't get put to jail. So let's target India, and the money is there.
Okay. Mr. Vijay, thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you were scared throughout the interview. But now, should I be scared because you have my mail ID and you have most of my details?
Well, because of the way you conducted the interview, I'm sure I'll pass it to hackers. And I'm sure that all your private details, whatever you've done, will be online very soon. It's not a threat, it will happen.
I'm not happy.
You shouldn't be. I won't be happy also.